Okay, we're here with David Ralston with Wind River Calls Company, owner of Hunters Inc. He's one of our sponsors for the connection. We're up here at Triple G Farms and we're doing getting ready for our fall planting. David, before we get into our fall planting, can you tell us a little bit about your calls?
Well, I just make heirloom quality, handmade, one at a time, no jigs, no dyes, calls from hand. They're all lathed, hand lathed out of wood and acrylic, and I make duck calls, turkey calls, wood duck calls, goose calls. I just about make any kind of call that you can think of. Handmade grunt calls, deer grunt calls. This year I came out with an adjustable call that'll do everything from the bleat right on up to an aggressive grunt snort wheeze.
And we're going to be using
that one. It's handmade.
Handmade, and we're going to be using some of those calls up here at the Triple G Farm.
That's right. We're
this year with the connection.
That's right. We're going to try to put some big deer on the ground using the Wind River calls.
Good deal, yeah. Good deal. Wind River calls, and all these calls are custom made.
They're all custom made. One at a time. You order it, I make it. I try not to have anything on the shelf, and I do everything pretty much over email, or you call me and we'll talk about what you want. The difference between my calls and other handmade heirloom quality calls is they don't break the bank. $35 is the most expensive call I make. So if you go into some of the catalogs and pull up some of the zinc calls or some of these other custom calls, they're $100, $200. You don't have to pay that kind of money for a custom made, hand-tuned, handmade call. And I don't want to pass on Walmart calls to my kids, my family. That's why I started doing this. If I'm when I pass on my hunting gear to my kids and my grandkids, I'd rather pass on a handmade and heirloom made. This is an heirloom, it's not a Walmart or something that's water jet stamped out, kind of a deal. They're all handmade, and so that was the whole deal behind it. Just start making. I knew I could make a call that sounded better than something that I bought at Walmart, and I did, and I just started making it.
A handmade call for the average hunter.
Right.
Basically.
Yeah, right.
For a hunter like me and you that can afford those
common
kind of
man.
calls.
Right.
Right.
Common man. Yeah. My calls are cheaper than some of the ones that you pick up at Walmart.
And I would be willing to bet they work better.
Probably do.
Let's talk a little bit about what we planted. We've got let's see. We've got a Texas stand. We have a Bobcat stand, the Oak stand, and the Longhorn stand. We also have a few other calls. We also have a few other calls in, a few other stands in the woods, but those are our main green fields that we plant. We planted no plow in the Texas stand.
Yeah, we went with a Imperial no plow this year, just to try and save on chemicals. You had called me and we talked about lime and fertilizer, and we did a little research and decided to go with that Imperial no plow. Now, most of the seed beds that we work with today were prepared, but according to that stuff, you don't have to have prepared seed beds.
But it's not a necessity.
Right, it's not a necessity. So we're anxious to see how that comes up, and we use that Imperial secret spot on a swampy area down there that's housing that big swamp donkey I know living down there. So we put a secret spot down there.